Hello, this is Mr. Liu, and the topic today is economics and consumer demand. We'll start out with the first learning objective: explain why demand curves slope downward. Demand curves slope downward because of marginal utility. This basically suggests that there is first of all, an inverse relationship between price and the quantity demanded. But more importantly, because of the law of marginal utility, each additional unit consumed has less utility, less value. Therefore, the law of marginal utility has an impact on consumer demand. Number 2, describe what price elasticity of demand measures. Price elasticity of demand measures the change in the quantity demanded divided by the change in price. So as we look at shifts in demand based on the change in price, we get price elasticity of demand. Number 3, depict the relationship between price elasticity, price, and total revenue. Well, if a product or service is considered inelastic, that means that a shift or a change in price does not directly impact a shift in demand. Take, for example, gasoline. People need their transportation, so in the short term, when we see a shift in the price of gasoline, we don't see that impact the demand. On the other hand, you may have a product that may be considered a luxury and not a necessity. And so as we see price increase for a certain product or good, we may see demand decrease. So the product is considered elastic. If it is a unitary elastic, that means we see that despite a change in price, we see revenue remains the same. So there is no difference between the price and the quantity demanded, at least as far as total revenue is concerned. Number 4, recite the factors that influence the degree of price elasticity. Well, there's a lot of factors. Is a product considered a luxury? Is it a necessity? Are there substitute goods? So for example, if there is a generic brand that is considered equally satisfying, then that substitute good replaces the name brand product, for example. If we're talking about a complementary good, such as milk, the cost of milk and the cost of cookies, and everybody likes their cookies and their milk. But if the price of cookies increase, then if the two are considered complementary, then we should see a decrease in the quantity of milk demanded, and that's known as complementary good. Another type of good, you've got a substitute good, you've got a complementary good, and then also you could have something such as new technology, of course, that could change demand. And once again, you could have a lot of externalities that change the shift in demand. But price elasticity is more about how substitute goods, complementary goods, how those impact demand. Finally, number 5. Number 5 is discuss how advertising affects consumer demand. Well, the definition of advertising is an effort to alter consumer behavior, an effort to increase demand or perhaps decrease demand of a certain good. and it is to build brand loyalty. So the theory behind advertising is it can increase demand for your product and increase loyalty to your product. So if advertising is working effectively, it will drive consumer behavior in the direction that the advertiser wants that behavior to go. Well, there's a lot to discuss as far as consumer demand and what influences those consumer demands. I hope you take the time to research this topic further. This is Mr. Liu, and wish you best of luck. Once again, your assignment is to take a look at each of these, research them, and provide a little bit of explanation in your own words on how they work. Thank you, and good luck.